Prior to the start of our commencement ceremony today, I would just ask that if you haven't already, would you please take a moment to silence your cell phones. The Huntley Brook Drummers are comprised of Passamaquoddy singers who share ceremonial, traditional, and contemporary Native American songs. They have learned the gift of song from their elders and recognize the need to pass the tradition on to the younger generations. You will always see youth welcomed and participating with them at the drum. On behalf of the Huntley Brook Drummers, they offer their thanks for incorporating the Passamaquoddy culture within today's ceremony. Please welcome the Huntley Brook Drummers performing a Native American ceremonial percussion for us to begin our ceremony today. beautiful as always. Thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate it. I would ask that you all please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the Canadian and the American national anthems, performed by our very own Mindy Reynolds. It's okay.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in us a man. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mindy. That was beautiful as well. To which you may now post the colors. Distinguished guests, students, faculty, family members, and most importantly, graduates, welcome to Washington County Community College's 2023 commencement ceremony. My name is Susan Mingo, and I am both honored and privileged to serve as the president of Washington County Community College. Please join me in thanking Ernie Smith for accompanying the processional with his bagpipe, the Passamaquoddy drummers, the Huntley Brook singers, for honoring us by opening our ceremony today, and Mindy Reynolds for singing the national anthems. I wish to extend a special thank you to all the employees who worked diligently to make today's ceremony possible. Much time, planning, and effort is required leading up to today's event, and I want to extend my sincere appreciation to each of you for your hard work. A special thank you to Dean Stolt and the entire graduation committee and the maintenance department. They worked diligently to make this event possible, and as always, you have all outdone yourselves. Thank you so much. Allow me to introduce to you our honored guests on the stage with me today. If you would please stand while I introduce you. Mrs. Joyce Maker, Chair of the Maine Community College System Board of Trustees. Neptune, Maine Community College System Board of Trustee. Mr. David Dagler, President of the Maine Community College System. Mr. Brandon Vinal, WCCC Student Senate President and our Student of the Year. Miss Molly McDonald, WCCC Liberal Studies English Instructor and our distinguished faculty speaker today. Mr. Larry Grondin, Majority Owner and Vice President of R.J. Grondin & Sons, our keynote speaker. Mr. Darren McGaw, WCCC's Dean of Academic Affairs. WCCC Dean of Enrollment Management and Student Services. I also would like to welcome some special guests who are present with us today in the audience. President Emeritus Dr. William Cassidy, his wife Susan Cassidy, and their grandchild Remy Lynn. Thank you for joining us today. Representative in the Maine House of Representatives for the Passamaquoddy Nation and esteemed WCCC alum, Mr. Aaron M. Dana. Keith Mercier of the Machias Police Department. WCCC faculty, you have worked tirelessly to ensure our graduates are well prepared for their future careers. We appreciate the dedication and professionalism of our esteemed faculty at the institution. Our students benefit daily from your knowledge, your commitment to their success, and your profession. Your desire to impart wisdom to others is a hallmark of our campus, and I would like to ask our faculty to please stand to be recognized this morning. I would also ask administration and staff present to please stand to be recognized. You continually dedicate yourselves to the betterment of our college and campus community. You are oftentimes working feverishly behind the scenes without recognition. On this occasion, I want to take a moment to publicly recognize your efforts and their impacts upon our students. Would you please stand? Our employees continually work to ensure the successful outcomes of our most valuable asset, you, our students. Their students-first attitude is the heart and soul of our institution. You have my utmost gratitude and respect for all that you do each and every day to support, nurture, and grow our students. Sincerely, thank you all. To the graduating class of 2023, it has been my great pleasure to serve as your president. I stand before you today filled with pride toward all of you for the countless successes you all have had at Washington County Community College. The lessons you've all learned throughout the year have helped shape our institution and allowed us to grow and become a better place to learn and work. You have tackled this academic year with tremendous tenacity, poise, and grace. This celebratory day marks the culmination of the enormous commitment, determination, and resiliency you've all shown. Knowing many of your personal stories and what you have endured and overcome to get to this stage today, I stand before you with an abundance of pride, joy, and admiration in my heart for each individual graduate. Today marks an important milestone in your lives, a day that symbolizes your perseverance and commitment to academic excellence. On this day of celebration, I offer my congratulations and ask that you take a moment to reflect upon your individual journey. It is not always about the destination, but rather the lessons you've learned along the way, whether it be a smooth journey or filled with the occasional bump in the road. Embrace the setbacks and learn from them as they make us all stronger. Commencement is inevitably a special day on any college campus, and for our administration, faculty, and staff, It is our favorite day of the academic year when we celebrate your accomplishments. A day to think about the future and revel in the past, a day to recognize the broadened knowledge you've gained during your time at the college. Today is also about the promise of successes to come. With a college degree, you are now well equipped to respond to the many changes you will encounter throughout a lifetime. Individually and collectively, you have the ability to have a profound impact on your families, your friends, and your communities. You will leave today with a college degree, and you will experience from this day forward the power of education to expand opportunities in your life. Today marks the culmination of your hard work and your many successes within the classroom and beyond. It should not be the end of your educational journey. Continue to learn and grow as individuals. Learning is a continuum, and you have the foundation necessary to expand your minds and open your hearts to learn from others. I encourage you to seize those opportunities as they present themselves to you within your life. Share the wisdom you've gained. Dare to live your dreams no matter what others might think, and live life to the fullest by being your true, honest, compassionate, authentic self. Recognize that while this day is about you, it would not be possible without the support of some extremely important individuals along the way. Graduates, please make sure that you take some time today to thank those special individuals that have contributed to your successes and show them your appreciation in some small way. Families, friends, faculty, gather here today, to all of whom have supported our graduates. No matter how inconsequential you may feel your contribution was, thank you. I'm sure it meant a lot to each of them. Obtaining a degree of higher education is worthy of celebration, and without your support along the way, for many this day might not have been possible. I hope WCCC supports have left a powerful impression upon our graduates, one that reinforces that we are collectively stronger than any one individual. It is important to seek guidance or assistance when you are struggling. Life will ebb and flow, and we all, at one point, will rely upon others to help us. Make sure that you surround yourselves with trusted friends and colleagues that support your continued growth and development. I trust your WCCC experiences have challenged your resolve, opened your hearts and minds, built a foundation of kindness and respect, and deepened your appreciation for the beliefs and individual distinctions within humanity. That it has taught you courage, and that you will never let failure be an option. Continue to show the world that you can overcome obstacles and do not let uncertain circumstances define your future. Continue to remain resolute in your commitment to your choices. Keep striving toward excellence and continue that unwavering attitude that got you here today. Graduates, hold your heads high in recognition of your innumerable accomplishments. Your growth and your spirit have shaped our faculty and staff in ways you may never know. You've helped us to become better educators, and I encourage you to take time today to be proud of yourselves. As I certainly know, we are proud of each and every one of you. On behalf of the administration, the faculty and staff at WCCC, I thank you for enriching us to expand upon the meaning, passion, and enthusiasm within the work that we do. Congratulations. Please welcome our academic dean, Dean Darren McGaw, who will introduce our next speaker. Darren?
I need to start with, it's working. Students, colleagues, honored guests, and family members. An honor to introduce to you a dear colleague and friend, and certainly a friend of Washington County Community College. Joyce Maker is a retired member of the WCCC family, as she spent many years as our financial aid director and registrar. I shouldn't say many years, should I, Joyce, for either one of us? Okay. Joyce is a former state representative of District 140 here in Washington County and a former senator of District 6, serving Washington County and part of Hancock County, where she served with distinction and honor. She's also a former chair of the Finance Authority of Maine. I first met Joyce as a first-year teacher in this building here at Calais High School a few years ago. That's not what I wrote, but that's what I'm going to put. Impressed with her drive, her determination, and her willingness to be in public service. Joyce always keeps the community and our local citizens in mind, and we appreciate her for that. Joyce is now the chair of the College System Board of Trustees, where she now represents all campuses and all community college interests statewide. But she never forgets where she came from, and we admire her for that. Please join me in welcoming home our board chair and friend, Joyce Maker.
Can you hear me? Was on. It's on? Okay. Thank you very much. Don't believe everything you heard here, but that's okay. It was very, very nice to hear. To all of the WCC family, administration, faculty, staff, alumni, and I know there's a lot on here because I've read things on Facebook that your children are graduating today. So that's exciting to me. Friends and honored guests, it is a pleasure to be with you today as you celebrate the members of this class of 2023. I want to thank you for what you do and what you have done to make this day happen. It is my pleasure to be here today to extend congratulations to the graduating class of 2023 on behalf of the Maine Community College System trustees. Washington County Community College will always be special to me. I worked here for 36 years, and part of my experience made me what I am today. WCCC provides an excellent education to its students, and I am confident that the graduates sitting in front of me are fully prepared to take their next step. The degree or certificate you will receive is a symbol of your success, and your accomplishments are a testimony not only for your desire and intelligence, but also the skills and support of the faculty and staff of this fine college. We all take great pride in knowing that we may have had a small part in your achievement. Remember, class of 2023, graduation is not the end. It's just the beginning of the beautiful life. Congratulations. How's that?
Joyce, I thank you for your many contributions to WCCC throughout your career. Even during retirement, you continue to serve our college and the Maine Community College System through your work on the board. WCCC knows that we have an ally in you and that your loyalties lie. Thank you for your continued support and for delivering the trustee remarks to our graduates today. I would like to introduce you to the president of the Maine Community College System, Mr. David Dagler. He was named president of our system in 2019. He previously served as chief financial officer and as vice president. President Dagler has over 20 plus years of service across the Maine Community College System and a total of more than 35 years of experience in financial management, operations, and administration. President Dagler serves on the board of directors of the Finance Authority of Maine and has been a past chair of the board. He has previously served on the boards of the Maine Technology Institute and North Yarmouth Academy. He graduated from John Carroll University and holds a Master of Science degree in finance from Boston College. He and his wife reside in Portland and have 2 grown children. President Dagler's deep commitment and concern for the well-being of our students and our employees is a core value he holds. He leads our system with immense regard for others and with compassion and care. Our students, faculty, and staff are consistently his priority, and his understanding of the students we serve throughout the colleges remains a primary focus of his decision-making. President Degler is a progressive leader. He has been instrumental in advancing significant educational improvements which provide enhanced opportunities for Maine people to acquire educational trainings that align with the needs of industry and develop of our state through a community college education. I am proud to introduce you today to our Maine Community College President, Mr. David Degler.
Thank you very much, President Bingo. Graduates, my responsibility is to bring you congratulations from all of the colleges throughout the state and throughout the system. I do have some thoughts I want to share with you, but if you'll indulge me for a minute, I want to talk to our friends, the faculty and the staff, your parents, your friends, and everyone who has supported you. You know, there's an old African proverb that goes something like this: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Working together, you have taken these graduates farther than even they realize. You have taught them, you have encouraged them, you've supported them. And I've gotten to know a few of them, and this is an awesome class of graduates. Without you, this celebration would not be nearly as special, and I sincerely thank you for everything that you've done to support them, to bring them here today. Okay, graduates, it's your turn. You've studied hard, you've overcome immense challenges. You deserve to be proud of your accomplishment. But you have not done this alone. Remember those who helped you get to this stage. And when you have the opportunity, help someone else achieve their dream. Now, I think I have a thought that I'd like you to consider as you begin your journey as graduates of Washington County Community College. There's a gentleman by the name of Alan Tolfer, who's an American writer and a businessman. He was also regarded as one of the great futurists of our time. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what a futurist does exactly, but it sounds wicked cool. So when he wrote something, I thought, I'm going to pay attention to this. And he wrote, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write. They will be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." When I read that, I thought, this guy's onto something. You're now heading into a world with a degree and the skills you need to succeed. You're prepared to conquer the challenges of today's workplace and today's world. But commencement is a beginning, not an end. And you can see very well that the world of work is changing very fast. As you move into that world, and you're going to want to get ahead. You're going to want to get a raise, right? You're going to want to learn more. You're going to want to advance in your field. You're going to have to adapt to new technologies. So plan now to return here, to learn more, to consider this college your lifelong partner. Working together with the faculty, the staff, your family members, and your friends, you've accomplished something great, and you have prepared yourself for this complex world. By staying together, you will go even farther. You'll become more than you are today, more than you'll ever dream you could be. So with that, one last thought. Today is a day of celebration. You have a great deal to be proud of. Please celebrate responsibly, but do celebrate. Thank you very much, and again, congratulations to all of you.
Our next speaker is our Washington County Community College Student Senate President, Mr. Brandon Vinal. He will be introducing you to our distinguished faculty speaker today. Brandon is graduating with a diploma in residential and commercial electricity and will be sitting for the journeyman's licensure. He also participated in a workforce program in fiber optics installation and obtained his technician certification this year. Brandon is a veteran of the United States Marine Corps where he served as a military police officer. He deployed as part of the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit serving on the USS San Antonio. He traveled through the Strait of Gibraltar, where he engaged of Syria for a few months. Brandon was in Oman, Bahrain, Israel, and Spain. He also toured Jerusalem and trained with the Israeli Defense Force. Brandon presently serves as president of our Student Senate. He is a resident assistant in housing, a tutor in our Teaching and Learning Center for Excellence, and a peer mentor to many students. Brandon strives for academic excellence and currently is a distinguished member of the President's List, a newly inducted member of Phi Theta Kappa, and a standout within his program. Brandon plans to return next year to pursue his associate degree in electromechanical instrumentation technology. Please join me in welcoming Student Senate President, Mr. Brandon Vinal.
McDonald. Ms. McDonald was born and raised in the Midwest and moved up to Maine with her husband Damon, where she has been an English and communications instructor here at Washington County Community College for the past 16 years. She a master's in fine arts and poetry and a graduate certificate in college writing, theory, and practice. She started teaching first-year writing while studying to achieve her master's degree. Ms. McDonald attended Oberlin College, Bowling Green State University, and obtained her master's at the University of Montana. Molly is a testament to achieving academic success without having an exact start-to-finish plan on what it is you want to accomplish. She initially started her college journey as a chemistry major, but quickly shifted to studying English. While teaching her first English 101 course in graduate school, she found her spark and pursued it. Through her, we can all learn that success doesn't come from the pursuit of certain titles or dollar amounts, but rather from what truly drives us, what passions we have, and what interests we find along the way. Molly's continued commitment to the success of her students does not go unnoticed, and that was why I would like all of you to give a great round of applause in welcoming this year's faculty speaker, Molly McDonald.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Brandon. And hello, everyone. I'm really happy to be here today. So when Brandon stopped by my office in early April to invite me to represent faculty at graduation, it was right around the same time that Student Services put a commencement countdown clock on the college homepage. So every time I opened my computer during the past month, I was basically Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, except instead of 30 seconds to defuse the bomb, I had 37 days, 16 hours, 52 minutes, and 24 seconds. So what this means is that there has been a ticking clock in the back of my mind for the final weeks of this semester. And in all of my quiet moments, driving to and from work, doing the dishes, out for a run, I was thinking about all of you and what I possibly could talk about at graduation. And it wasn't until last week when I ran into a former student at Walmart that I finally got a little closer to what I wanted to talk about. So for those of you who aren't educators in small communities, you may not know that every time we go out in public, we're guaranteed to run into former students. At the bank, grocery store, doctor's office, restaurant, gas station, you name it, they're everywhere. And when you're in a box store like Walmart, just by virtue of its large square footage and ability to hold a lot of people, the likelihood of running into former students goes up by an order of magnitude. My record is 14 former students in one visit. And it happened to be a day I was sort of bear hugging a 24-pack of toilet paper, and a bag of potato chips, and a package of dry erase markers. And every time I rounded a corner, there was another student. One person surveyed my packages and asked me if I was headed to a faculty party. What gave it away? So anyway, back to last week. I was in the store. The commencement countdown clock was tick, tick, ticking away in my head. And I was just about to head to the checkout when a former student tapped me on the shoulder. Molly, is that you? I didn't recognize you in your dark sunglasses and baseball cap. Is that a fake beard you're wearing? Just kidding. I was delighted to see her, of course, and we had a really fun conversation about everything she's up to right now. And as we were about to part ways, she said, "So, what about you?" And I could tell she was struggling to come up with a question. And she settled on, "Have you read anything good lately in your students' essays?" And because that's the question I'm always waiting to be asked, I said, and maybe a little too enthusiastically, "Yes, absolutely." And just as I started rattling off some of the subjects you all were writing about last week, she got a kind of panicked look on her face and did one of these and said, "I'm really sorry. I've got to go pick up the kids at Little League." Sidebar, she wasn't wearing a watch, and I'm pretty sure her kids aren't old enough for Little League. Her question stuck with me, though. Have you read anything good lately? And it prompted me to spend some time this week going back through the archive of student work from the past several semesters, because that's what connects me most directly to you, the class of 2023. And what I found as I was going back through your essays is that they offer a detailed portrait of WCCC students. You wrote about concepts you were studying in your program coursework: hydraulic systems and heavy equipment, telematics in the trucking industry, electric vehicles, the peer recovery model of care, wilderness first aid, artificial intelligence, leadership theory, ethics in medical assisting, welding techniques, nature-based play. One of you wrote a 10-page love letter to PEC's piping, and it began, "I'm not really a copper pipe kind of guy." You interviewed a master electrician, a tribal elder, and the captain of an American Pool Association billiards team, an EMT, 2 generations of automotive technicians, a local farmer, game warden, child psychologist, and middle school teacher. You interviewed the owner of a moving company, the captain of a lobster boat, a foreman on a construction site, long-haul trucker, prison education coordinator, a marine biologist, and a rafting guide you quoted saying, "Dude," no less than 6 times. You researched and took positions on issues impacting your communities and families: energy proposals, affordable housing, homelessness, regulation of the lobster industry, tribal sovereignty, forever chemicals, harm reduction, library funding, paid family and medical leave, single-use plastics, access to clean water. Subjects you explored, explained, and argued. You wrote about gazing into your newborn's eyes for the first time and falling madly in love. You wrote about how much you miss the sound of your cousins, mothers, uncles, beautiful and infectious laughter, and how you carry it with you now that you wrote about the dog you rescued and how he was so hungry when you first met him that he jumped up and ate the unlit cigarette right out of your mouth. You wrote about the enormous old tree you used to stand under anytime you needed to think about the weather. Anytime you needed to think, and about the weather on the day you received life-changing news. You wrote about the rush of fixing your first ATV or dirt bike or sled or lawnmower or chainsaw, and how it made you feel like you could do anything. You wrote about your recovery journeys and what it means for you to be able to support others in theirs. You wrote about how you spent enough time sitting in your high school principal's office that you memorized the slogans on the motivational posters hanging above his desk. You wrote about how much you look forward to seeing the sky when you get off work each night, and about the people who make you feel accepted and safe no matter what. Nowhere in the assignment guidelines were you asked to write about those things, or about how peaceful it is to be out on a fishing boat just as dawn is breaking on the horizon. How you secretly wish there was a cologne you could wear that smelled like diesel exhaust. Or how you would like to get a tattoo that matches the wallpaper in your grandparents' kitchen, since that's your favorite place in the world to be. But you did write about those things, and I'm changed for having read them, and maybe you're a little changed for having written them. And I know you are sharing these stories and insights with your classmates and with my brilliant in classroom, shops, and study spaces all across campus. And I'm not only struck by how this list reflects the diverse experiences, backgrounds, perspectives of WCCC students, but it also reinforces for me what a college education can offer. You came here first and foremost to gain the skills, knowledge, and practice necessary to enter your chosen field or trade, or to transfer. But while you were here, you also had opportunities to be surprised, to learn things you had no idea you wanted to learn, as well as opportunities to share wisdom that you maybe didn't know you carried. And as you get done here and move on to the next thing, I hope you take with you the curiosity and openness to new ideas and experiences that marked your time here, as well as your willingness to share stories and to ask to hear other people's stories. Since learning from and alongside each other is how we expand our perspectives, connect with each other, and care for each other. It's also what can make our work meaningful. So thank you, class of 2023, for choosing to attend our campus and for making our work meaningful. And say hello when you see me and my colleagues out and about in the wilds of Washington County. We'll be so happy to see you and hear what you're up to. Thank you.
Somali, congratulations on being selected as this year's Distinguished Faculty Speaker.
Thank you.
You are one of the most hardworking faculty members at Washington County Community College, and you care deeply about the success of your students and continually show kindness and compassion for others. Your ability to pass your deep love for literature and writing onto your students through your work is palpable. I thank you on behalf of our students, your faculty colleagues, the administration and staff for your countless contributions to our college and the community. as well as for your thoughtful speech to our graduates today. It really encapsulated who we are. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I am now pleased to reintroduce you to Brandon Vinyl, who is also WCCC's Student of the Year. Brandon demonstrates curiosity, motivation, and commitment to academic excellence, and a genuine enthusiasm for learning. He continually produces stellar work in the classroom and approaches the academic assignments in a focused and meaningful way. Brandon is an adult learner who has fully embraced becoming part of the WCCC community. He is one of the most visible students on our campus, and on more than one occasion has shown through his actions how his many talents benefit the overall experience. Brandon clearly has the trust and respect of our campus community. He consistently, respectful, and thoughtful participation across campus often prompts students with less confidence to take risks they might not otherwise have taken. Brandon has an innate ability to energize others to emulate the examples that he sets. He possesses standout leadership abilities and relationship building skills, which are exhibited often for the betterment of others. He is our unofficial student peer mentor. Outside of college, Brandon enjoys being a member of the American Pool Players Association, playing 8-ball in the Belfast division. He was the MVP in his league last year and played in the He views his teammates as his close friends and colleagues and is proud to be a member. It is with extreme pride that I introduce you today to Mr. Brandon Vinyl, WCCC's 2023 Student of the Year. Brandon?
Good morning again, everybody. What an opportunity it is to be in front of you all today. I'd first like to make a round of thanks to everyone who has helped all of us get to where we are. To the staff of this campus, thank you. You are the ones who keep this incredible community alive. You make sure every day, day in and day out, our bellies are filled and our coffee is made. Our hallways are clean and our lawn is mowed. Our finances are sorted and our scholarships are there waiting for us. Let's give a round of applause to our staff. And to the faculty on this campus, thank you. You are the ones who tirelessly put up with us day in and day out. You believe in us when sometimes we don't even believe in ourselves. You make sure we are knowledgeable, prepared, and qualified for whatever career we have in store for us in the future. Let's give a round of applause to our faculty. To our friends and our family, thank you. You are the backbone of our success. You are the unsung heroes of our journey. You have molded us into what we are today, and you have given us the tools we need to succeed in life. Let's give a round of applause to all of our friends and our family. And last but certainly not least, to all of this year's graduates, congratulations. You have stuck with it and seen it to the end. You have stuck with something that can benefit you for the rest of your life. You have committed your time and energy to an incredible accomplishment. No matter what you leave with today, you can at least say you left with a story, a journey of your own that you can look back on. So let's give a huge round of applause to this year's graduates. Stories to look back on. I have a story to share with you all today. This is a personal journey of learning just how far determination and commitment can take you. Hopefully there's a part of this story that you can relate to, or a mistake that I've made that you can learn from, and hopefully not make yourself. Being born and raised in Mid-Coast, Maine, I was always getting into trouble at a young age. Eventually, I made it to high school, but I never put much effort into my studies. Honestly, if it wasn't for my girlfriend at the time, I wouldn't have even passed. She had written my final research paper for English. That was the only way that I graduated. Somehow, I made it through school and got out into the real world with no plan whatsoever. After coasting for about a year or so, my family encouraged me to do something with my life, and I couldn't keep working at KFC forever. So my brother was in the Marine Corps at the time, and I always looked up to him. And I didn't think much about it, but based off how high school just went, I knew I would not make it through college. So I followed in his footsteps. Off to boot camp I went. I enlisted in the Marine Corps as a military police officer, only having a vague idea of what I was getting myself into. I was turning 20 in boot camp and had just signed a 5-year contract. I knew at that point my foreseeable future was taken care of. I just needed to stay out of trouble and go with the flow. But as I grew into my mid-20s, I started to notice something. There was a similarity between all of the stages of my life up to that point. Sadly, I didn't act on it when I saw the signs. So I continued my service. I learned a lot of very valuable life skills and learned a lot of lessons the hard way. Eventually, I finished my contract with the Marines. I was married, and I was renting a home in North Carolina. I didn't have a plan for what I wanted to do after the service. I just knew I didn't want to continue police work. My wife mentioned how my father and brother were both tradesmen, and how electricians generally make a decent wage compared to all the other trades. So as you probably guessed it, within a month, I was now an electrician's helper. What I started to realize up to this point, now being around 25, is that I hadn't made a single life decision on my own. I followed the path that I thought I was supposed to be living. I was passively moving through my years. These enormous life choices that I was making, military career, what state to live in, my civilian career, even getting married. I wasn't properly thinking about any of these decisions. I was just going with the flow. Family and friends who I respect their opinions were making my choices for me. Finally, it clicked in my head. I'm not living my life. I'm simply idling through my existence. Now, granted, I accomplished a lot, but my day-to-day, year-to-year wasn't something I had decided to do. It's just something I showed up for. And that brings me to the moment I chose to take control of my life. I went through a few extremely challenging years. In that time, I had quit my job in North Carolina. I moved back to my hometown in Maine with my parents, and I had gotten a divorce. Now, I still needed to make money somehow, so I continued. Luckily, I had found a great company to work for in Camden. I devoted a significant amount of time to 2 things: learning my trade and learning myself. At this point, I knew I had gotten lucky. I had fallen into a career that I genuinely enjoyed. But my hobbies only consisted of YouTube and video games, and both of which gave me no social interaction, no long-term gain, and no sense of fulfillment. I could spend a whole day in front of a screen, perfectly content, but at the end of the day, I knew I had completely wasted and accomplished nothing that day. I had realized I needed a hobby. I needed something I could be proud of, a hobby that involves my community, and that would include meeting new people and making new friends. After spending some time going out to experience the nightlife of Mid-Coast Maine, I found the spark that I had been looking for. I was starting to fall in love with the game of pool. And through that game, I found a whole community of people who had the same favorite hobby. It baffles me whenever I think about how much pool had done for me in this short amount of time. Through this game, I met the most incredible woman that I've ever laid eyes on. And thankfully, she thought I was all right and gave me a chance. I also joined the local pool league, and through that, I've made some incredibly close friends. As my time went on with the league, I really pushed I wanted to know just how good I could be at something if I really put my mind to it. So I pushed myself to play as much as I could and learn from as many people as possible. And before I knew it, my team had a shot at the state championship. We didn't make it quite that far, but I took home the MVP plaque for my division and a nice little check for my hard work. And that taught me a very valuable lesson that day. Before long, I was starting to notice something eerily familiar. It was the same moment I had a few years ago. I had come across another fork in the road. And I wasn't going to make the same mistake twice by just brushing this off and continuing with my day-to-day. I thought about this for a long time, realizing I'm capable of a lot more than I give myself credit for. And I started to think about what I could possibly achieve in my career. What if I could take that same determination and commitment to pool and put it towards my job? Would my pay go up? What if I got a degree? Some certificates to go with that degree? How much would these credentials increase my potential of my career? These goals. And those questions are what led me to where I am today. As I arrived at college, I decided to challenge myself. I wanted to push my limits and find out what I could achieve. Slowly, I put more and more on my plate throughout the year, which started with leading the Student Senate. Once the second semester came, I was ready to push my limits a little bit further by taking on being a resident assistant, a trio tutor, and adding on a class workload that took place in the evenings and weekends. I'm surprised by what I was able to accomplish in 1 year at Washington County Community College. I challenged myself to take on as much as I could handle while maintaining the highest grades I could. And this has led me to so many incredible moments with all of you. If I hadn't been a part of the Senate, I wouldn't have met all the wonderful people from Sarah's house and Ronald McDonald's house. I would have missed out on that polar dip experience and our concession stands for the basketball game. If I hadn't become an RA, I wouldn't have got a chance to know most of our residents of our campus. I would have missed out on some of those late night pool matches we all had, and I would have missed out on all the lessons that you learned this year, sometimes the hard way. And if I hadn't been a tutor, I would have missed out on the incredible opportunity to watch you all learn and grow. The chance to help you in your education and watch you progress through the year. This has been a very challenging year for a lot of us, me included. And I'm extremely proud of all of us for making it through this year as we transition back into normalcy. I'd like to end this speech today with a quote by St. Jerome, who is one of the most important scholars around the beginning of Christianity. This is a quote that has been floating around in my head for several years, and it always seems to resurface at just the right time. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. Thank you.
Brandon, thank you so much. You have represented us with a lot of pride as an institution, as our Student Senate President, and as our Student of the Year. We congratulate you on everything that you've accomplished here, and we know you're going to continue to do great things. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I am pleased to now introduce you to our keynote speaker, Mr. Larry Grondin. Mr. Grondin is the majority owner and vice president of R.J. Grondin & Sons, a third-generation, family-owned earth-moving company located in Gorham, Maine. The company was founded in 1959 and has grown to be one of the premier construction companies in New England, employing approximately 150 Mainers, of which we are honored to say includes 28 WCCC alums. R.J. Grondin & Sons cares deeply about their Maine community and holds community involvement as a long-standing tradition of the organization. In addition to countless philanthropic endeavors, Larry Grondin and his family have made major contributions to education in Maine, including at the K-12, career and technical education centers, community colleges, and the university systems. Larry's dad, Philip H. Grondin Sr., was the founder of the Sturtevant Island Tuna Tournament, founded in 1998, which has provided countless students at the Maine community colleges with much-needed scholarships to ease the cost of their education. Because of the vision of Larry's father, as well as Larry's contributions as a member of the Sturtevant Island Tuna Tournament from 2005 to 18, A $100,000 endowment scholarship was established at Washington County Community College, as well as at each of the Maine community colleges. Larry has a long relationship with the Maine Community College system, having served 2 terms on the Board of Trustees from 2012 to 2021. He also graciously serves as a longstanding member of the Washington County Community College and Southern Maine Community College's Heavy Equipment Operations and Maintenance Advisory Committees. His other professional accomplishments include serving as a past president and current treasurer of the Maine Aggregate Association, 14 years as a member of the Associated Builders and Contractors Government Affairs Committee, and most recently being appointed to the Associate Builders and Contractors Board of Directors. Mr. Grondin was born and raised in Gray, Maine. He graduated from Gray, New Gloucester High School and received a bachelor's degree from St. Michael's College. Please join me in welcoming our 2023 keynote speaker to the podium, Mr. Larry Grondin.
Thank you, President Mingo. This seems really loud. Sorry. Blast your ears out. Extremely honored to be here today in front of all of you. I appreciate everything that President Mingo and President Dagler and all the faculty have done. Very impressed with all of you. You guys made it. Congratulations. Class of 23. That's awesome. Super excited for all of you. You're here because you got it done, and I'm really impressed. As President Mingo said, part of a third-generation family-owned business, we move dirt. That's what we do. So we're down in southern Maine predominantly. We work from Kittery to Waterville. We've done work on the Maine Turnpike, Colby College, and everything in between. A lot of DOT work, like we have just down the street, similar to that. My daughter is going through what you were going through a year or 2 ago. She has just chosen to go to college. She's a senior in high school this year. So I've been riding this ride that were doing just a year or 2 ago. So it's been exciting to watch her do that. So she's nervous and excited all at the same time. So I'm sure you're all familiar with that. So I'm not used to one-way conversations. I'm used to the 2 ways, but I'll get through it. So today I just want to talk a little bit about connections. There are many forms of connections, and I just want to talk about a few different ones as we get through our morning here. So, as noted, I was trustee with the community college system for 8 years, from 2013 to 21. Served 2 terms. However, my first connection to Washington County College was back in the early 2000s when I met Bill Cassidy, who is a mainstay here. So I'd be remiss if I didn't mention his name. So this is actually a really funny story. So Bill comes to one of the trade association meetings, the Maine Aggregate Association meetings, which I'm still involved with to this day. And he says, he got talking to my dad and a bunch of other guys. He's like, I'm looking for a dump truck for the HEO program. Who says that? So lo and behold, we start talking around, and there's all kinds of business owners there, and we're having our annual meeting and all that. And so lo and behold, a month later, you got a 7-yard dump truck so they could bring it out to the pit and move some dirt. So that was my first introduction to Washington County Community College almost 20 years ago now. So, and still get together with Bill on occasion, which is very nice, very passionate guy. He was president here for 6 years. Shortly thereafter, started to get involved with the heavy equipment operators programs, both here and at SMCC, because they were just starting a new one. This one's been here for a long, long time, so definitely took some notes from this program. It's been a great program. And also the CTE down in Westbrook, the WRVC down in there, they were also starting another thing. But through all these experiences, you meet all these new people and make all these new connections. Our company's hired 28 students from this program alone. many of which still work with us today. My crushing and screening foreman works for us. He's a graduate here from 6 or 7 years ago, I believe. I've got a couple different mechanics working for us as well. I've got multiple operators. A guy I think he graduated like 10 years ago, still with us today. Driving new equipment. We got a kid, Jarrett Enzor. I don't know if anyone here might know him, but he's running $1 million piece of equipment today. And he's only been with us a few years. So it's pretty amazing. And Sam's going to join us this summer, so we'll see you in a couple weeks. So enough about me. We're here for you today, though. You're the graduates. Now look, there's literal connections, right? All kinds of connections. Like the 2-inch vent pipe, in a residential house in the plumbing and technology program. The breaker board that a residential and commercial electrical guy's gonna do. You got the battery terminal for the electrical system in the automotive technology program. Welding, you got IV connections in the nursing program. But I want to talk more about the figurative ones, not the so literal ones, but they're equally as important. Connections to your loved ones, your friends, your family. Work internships, those get you connections to possible future work. Someone else in a similar industry. Work acquaintances or even college acquaintances. They could turn out to be some lifelong friends. Some of my best friends I met in college. And I still have best friends from high school too. But another example, making that connection with that hard-to-reach child when you're in the early childhood education program. Pretty amazing to do that. So that begs the question, why are you all here? Why did all 116 students choose to come here? Did you come here because it was free? No, nothing's free. Time is money. Yes, free tuition certainly helps, but that's certainly other expenses besides tuition. You came here to learn. You came here to better your life. You came here to better your family, to better the community. Life is full of learning opportunities. Today's a learning opportunity for me. I've never given a commencement speech, ever. So, but maybe you came here to get a job. But I'd be willing to guess that the majority of you already have a job, all through college. Maybe not all of you, but I bet a lot of you do. But I think most likely it's to get a better job. Whatever the reason, hopefully one thing happened while you're here, was making new connections. And that's part of I'd just like to say a quick shout out to the HEO faculty. Thank you very much. I'm just selfishly going to put that plug in. You guys have done a lot of work, and we've gotten amazing students from this program, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the other faculty too. Don't get me wrong. Between getting that magic piece of paper, so I only have a few more points that I'd like to bring. So there's always lofty aspirations, comments with a speech like with a commencement speech. Shoot for the stars, and if you only make it to the moon, that's great, right? Dream big, never give up, and that's great, absolutely. But if you're like me, which I think you are, most of us that are here are very hands-on people, very hands-on. So I'd like to just give a little more concrete advice, if you will. Be on time when you come to work. Better yet, be early. Have your coffee or your energy drink, more likely, done when you're just starting it. Show up ready to go. Work hard. As most Mainers really do, I probably don't have to say that, but I think sometimes it is worth stating the obvious. Show initiative. No one wants to teach someone that isn't going to try themselves. I learned that very young. If you don't care, nobody's going to care for you. They're not going to teach you, and you're not going to grow. So show initiative. Show that, and you can simply do that by listening. Listen, and you'll learn. Never stop learning. It's true. I know it seems a little cliche, but you literally learn every day. There's always something to be learned. So, my dad always told me a couple things. He's no longer with us, but he always had a couple things that I'll never forget. And this was 3 phrases. One is, especially if always return your phone calls, even if the devil himself calls. Obviously the devil's not going to call, but you get the point. And probably his biggest one was, take the time to do it right the first time. Because if you don't, how are you going to have time to go back, do it again, and do it right the second time? Et cetera, et cetera. And he also said, never burn a bridge, because connections tend to overlap over time. So I met Bill 20 years ago. Here I am again today in front of him. And just, you'll never know that, so don't burn a bridge unless you absolutely have to. System board. Made a lot of connections through that. I met owners of, hotels in Southern Maine to Chief Justices of Maine Supreme Court. I would have never met these people if I didn't go out and try new things and do other things. So I'm sure you all read the mission statement when you got to your first day of college, right? You get the student handbook and you go right to the first page and read the mission statement, right? No, I'm probably not. I'm going to read it real quick. Washington County Community Colleges serve as an educational, community, and economic development resource for Washington County and beyond by providing educational and workforce training opportunities with individualized attention to all desire who gain technical skills, develop career specializations, engage in self-improvement, and prepare for transfer. It's kind of a fancy way of saying, let's go build some stuff. That's how I read it. Find out what you like to do, find the right connections, and work for you will be successful. I worked with this guy very early in my career when I was on a hand shovel, learning how to build stuff, how to put pipe in the ground, how to lay curb, whatever. And this guy, Harry Aiken, his nickname was the Legend, because he'd been in the business for 40 years, he'd done it all, and he was amazing. One of his favorite expressions was, build in America, one rock at a time. And that would be kind of his little thing when we were working. So I would say to you, the class of 2023, I say, find that connection that's right for you, and let's go out and build Maine one rock at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. I have a plaque and a little gift for you.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank you so much for traveling here today to be part of our ceremony, taking time away from your family and loved ones to come up here last night. And I know you're a long ways from home, just getting back into the state, and I certainly appreciate your commitment to our campus. So thank you.
Thank you.
This year we have 3 individuals who will be retiring from Washington County Community College, and I'd just like to take a moment to recognize them today. The first is Desiree Thompson. Is Desiree here? It's budget time, so she's over making sure our budget gets submitted before she leaves. Today is her last day. She's our Dean of Financial and Administrative Services. She's worked for 30 years at Washington County Community College, and as I said, she's retiring today. She was our business manager prior to taking on her current role, and she's also worked as a senior associate at an accounting firm for 6 years prior to joining our firm. Gilbert Murphy. Is Gil here? Gil Gil is our residential and commercial electricity instructor. He's a state of Maine master licensed electrician. Gil has worked for the college for 8 years, following a career owning an electrical company in Washington County for approximately 30 years. He also worked for Georgia Pacific as an electrician and a supervisor for 8 years. Gil also served in the military. He will be retiring after this academic year. Linda Levesque. Linda is our early childhood education instructor. She's worked at the college for 10 years and is also retiring this academic year. Linda has enjoyed an amazing career as an early childhood educator, coach, mentor, consultant, and as an education specialist with Maine Roads to Quality prior to joining Washington County Community College. On behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and students, I thank Desiree, Gil, and Linda for the years. Their collective wisdom will be difficult to replace. Your contributions to our college are numerous, and you will be missed. We wish you all much happiness in the years to come. Congratulations. Graduates, it is now that time to award the credentials. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. I would ask Deans McGaw and Stolt and President Dagler to join me in the presentation of the diplomas.
Turn it on, that would work. Thank you, President Mingo. I'm excited to announce the names of each of our candidates for graduation today at Washington County Community College. Candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree in Business Management, please rise. Please join me at the podium. Leanne K. Preston. Harley M. Sanford. Amy E. L. Ulrichsen. Ricky S. Higgins. And the following students in that program are attending virtually at the ceremony today: Colby D. Carrier, and Diana R. Demers. We have one student joining us virtually today for her Associate in Applied Science degree in Career Studies, Tori L. Cushing. All right, candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Computer Technology, please rise and join me at the podium. Patrick J. Alley. And the following computer technology student is joining us virtually for the ceremony today: Zachariah J. Thomas. Candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Criminal Justice, join me at the podium. Michael F. LeCoute, Jr. Taylor A.J. LeBlanc. Candidates for the associate degree, Criminal Justice Conservation Law, please rise. Join me at the podium. Connor B. Cook. Gavin P. Redinger. Tanner L. Rolfe. Candidates for the associate degree in Applied Science Early Childhood Education, please rise and join me at the podium. Tip C. Ackerman. Congratulations. Rhiannon K. Bennett. Kelly M. Carter. Mary J. Mitchell. Amanda L. Ward. And the following early childhood education student is joining us virtually for the ceremony today, Shauna M. Hopkins. All right, candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Electromechanical Instrumentation Technology, please rise. Join me at the stage. Nathan J. Crosley. We have two students in that program joining virtually for the ceremony today, Acacia R. Emery and Caleb M. Hanscom. Candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Human Services, please rise. Join me at the podium. Lauren L. Goodwin. That's okay. Nicole M. LeMay. Jonathan D. Reynolds. The following Human Services students are joining us virtually for the ceremony today: Shannon M. Battle, and Stacy L. Clayton. Candidates for the Associate and Applied Science degree, Mechanical Technology, please rise and join me at the podium. Samuel G. Anketel. Jordan M. Falkingham. Jacob C. Mummy. And the following student for Mechanical Technology is joining virtually for the ceremony today: Matthew T. Gilman. Candidates for the Associate and Applied Science degree, Medical Assisting, please rise and join me at the podium. Ashley J. Ramsdell. Paige D. Sockabason. Barbara A. Ward. Candidates for the Associate and Applied Science degree, Outdoor Leadership, Adventure, Recreation, and Tourism, please rise and join me at the podium. Aislinn E. Devlin. We have two students joining us this morning virtually for their Associate and Applied Science degree, Outdoor Leadership, Adventure Therapy: Katrina E. Butler and Elizabeth L. Churchill. We have one student joining us for the Associate and Applied Science degree virtually in Production Technician, Wendy L. Allen. Candidates for the Associate in Arts degree, Liberal Studies, please rise and join me at the podium. Noella R. Altvader. Stormy D. Hildebrand. Joshua D. Liddick. We have one student in the Liberal Studies program joining us virtually for the ceremony today, Summer M. Woodruff. Candidates for the Associate in Science degree, Education, please rise and join me at the podium. Mariah A. Kirschman. Kim M. Emerson. Charles R. LaRousse. And the following education students are joining us virtually for the ceremony today. Christina L. Butler. Logan L. Hollebeck. Amy J. Johnson. Stacy M. LaCoute. And Abigail R. Walker. We have one candidate for the Certificate in Automotive Technology joining us virtually for the ceremony today, Jacob L. Wardlow. Candidates for the Certificate in Early Childhood Education, please rise and join me at the podium. Laurel A. McGaugh. Wanda A. Kirschman. Candidates for the Certificate in Entrepreneurship, please join me at the podium. Neben M. Sabatis. We have one student in that program joining us virtually for the ceremony today, Megan M. Harnois. Candidates for the Certificate in Health Occupations, please rise and join me at the podium. P. Brown. Kelsey S. Williams. We have several students in the Health Occupation Certificate program joining us virtually for the ceremony today. Jennifer M. Brody. Alicia A. Clark. Amanda J. DeWitt. Aisha J. Mitchell. Gina M. Harmon. Blaine G. Morris. Paige L. Sinford. Candidates for the Certificate in Heating Technology, please rise and join me at the podium. Patrick G. Francis. Tommy K. Smith. And Jerry J. Wallace. Candidates for the Certificate in Heavy Equipment Maintenance, please rise and join me at the podium. Brian R. Barton. Aiden M. Foley. Devin J. LaPointe. We have 3 heavy equipment maintenance students joining us virtually for the ceremony today. Colby A. Kastner. Noah T. Crosby. And Eric J. Schlen. Candidates for the Certificate in Heavy Equipment Operations, please rise and join me at the podium. Cole W. Avery. Tanis A. Hardery. Brent E. Hopkins. Mason R. Look. David L. McPhail. We have 2 heavy equipment operations graduates joining us virtually for the ceremony today. Caden J. Klein. And Riley M. Falkingham. Candidates for the Certificate in Medical Office Technology, please rise and join me at the podium. Shania M. L. Light. Candidates for the certificate in phlebotomy, please rise and join me at the podium. Aaliyah R. Dana. Candidates for the certificate in power sport equipment and small engine technician, please rise and join me at the podium. Jacob M. Sinford. Ethan A. Jordan. We have two power sport equipment small engine technician students joining us virtually for the ceremony today. Samuel B. Beatty. And Brody J. Sanborn. We have one candidate for the certificate in substance use recovery joining us virtually for the ceremony today. Kaylee A. Hill. Candidates for the certificate in welding technology, please rise and join me at the podium. Thank you. Brian L. Williams. David M. Leach. Jared K. McDonald. Bernard J. Yost. Three welding technology students joining us virtually for the ceremony. Ty Barnard Bennett. Remy K. Courtois. John D. Turner. We actually have one more. Cole R. Dunphy. Diploma in residential commercial electricity. Rise and join me at the podium. Tucker R. Swanson.
You went right for it.
Wyatt L. Searle. Philip J. Almeida. Trey S. Coulomb. Maxwell H. Dorman. Hazen G. Foster. Kirschman. Jeremy S. Lebrecq. Ryan J. Marston. Tanner J. Raposa. Eric C. Van Dyne. Brandon J. Vinyl. And to conclude our graduation ceremony, we have 3 residential commercial electricity students joining us virtually. These will be the final 3 graduates announced prior to the remainder of the ceremony. Jacob R. Beal. Matthew D. Beal. And Weston R. Rinaldi.
I know when we were up there in the hallway, I promised you all this was going to be an hour-and-a-half ceremony, and we're close, we're close. I've only got about 77 more minutes of things that I need to speak about. I'm kidding. Kidding, too. Graduates, it's my great pleasure to join you today and celebrate your accomplishments with this wonderful graduation ceremony. Every year, I look forward to this day, not because summer vacation is coming, but because today marks the pinnacle of all of our collective accomplishments this year, especially yours. I applaud you and I honor you. However, I also challenge you. Go out and start a career. Do good work. Participate in your community. Remember us here at your alma mater. That's what we are in just about 2 minutes. Continue your education throughout your life. And above all else, I want you to live long and prosper. Oh, and by the way, one more thing, I want you to start a legacy, and frankly, some of you may already be. What do I mean by that? I mean 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, I want you to send your children to Washington County Community College. We hope for them it will be maybe like it has been for you, your home away from home. Our home and your home here at Washington County Community College. President Mingo, through the authority of my office as Dean of Academic Affairs for Washington County Community College, I present to you the class of 2023.
Graduates, I would ask you to please stand. Please move your tassels from right to left, signifying you are no longer a candidate for your degree. By the authority granted to me by the Maine Community College System Board of Trustees, I now officially confer that you are graduates of Washington County Community College. Congratulations. You may be seated. Class of 2023, each of you will begin a new chapter in the coming days and weeks, and I hope will bring personal happiness, value, and reward into your lives. I say with confidence, our faculty and staff have prepared you well for the future. We need you to step into the roles you have been trained to fulfill in our region and around the state of Maine. We need you to fix our vehicles when they are broken, build our homes, roads, and bridges, fill the employment gap that currently exists for tradesmen and women in our state, teach our children, work in our medical facilities, keep our communities safe, justice, and human services, be the future entrepreneurs, opening businesses to serve your communities, help organizations and individuals keep pace with automation and the technological advances with your computer skills, produce the products within manufacturing that our economy depends upon, and help to build a better Maine that's leading the future for this nation. Maine's community colleges are training an in-demand workforce that is the backbone of our economy. We know all of you will be instrumental in ensuring our region and state remain strong. As you leave here today, with your newfound knowledge, confidence, and appreciation for the value of your education, I trust you will continue to learn and grow. I encourage you to continue to lean on the characteristics and core values that led to your college success. Continue to work hard, live with passion and purpose. Always remember those that helped you, and try to give back to others the gifts you've received from your mentors along the way. Graduates, as you celebrate your many accomplishments, I hope you cherish the moments you spent at WCCC, and that your experiences here provide you with some comfort in knowing we have prepared you for the future. We have witnessed your ambition, growth, and your discipline to do the hard work to attain the knowledge that will secure a promising future for you and your families. I hope you will look back on your time at WCCC fondly and hold close the friendships you have made while studying here. The administration, faculty, and staff at WCCC are privileged to know you, and we are so very proud of you. We look to the future with anticipation and know we will hear about your many successes in the years ahead. Maine needs you, and I know you will go out into the world and continue to make us proud. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 2023 commencement ceremony. Congratulations again to the graduates and their families. From today on, your success is limited only by your desire, creativity, and willingness to work hard. After the stage party departs, the graduates will leave, and we will be waiting outside to receive congratulations from all of you. Please remain in your seats until the graduates have left.